Town in the EFL Trophy final on their first ever trip to Wembley.
It was an impressive performance by the players, but immediately after the game, the manager, Danny Cowley, paid tribute to the real heroes of the day, the fans.
He said it was the red and white army, which made up nearly 2/3 of the entire crowd, that made all the difference. Chris Dawkes was at Wembley for us.
Lincoln City are football royalty.
Another moment to savour. There's never been a better time to be a Lincoln City fan. Over 26,000 were at Wembley yesterday to see the Imps win the EFL Trophy.
It is indescribable that we've actually succeeded at Wembley.
Fantastic result, 133 years, awesome.
Why do you think Lincoln are doing so well?
Because they've got a great manager.
They've been brilliant from day dot, and they've played such a big part. You look at the Premier League now, and they have spectators, and there's a real difference between a spectator and a supporter for me. A spectator is someone that sits at a game, doesn't contribute, moans and groans if they don't like the performance, but doesn't really play a part. And yet our supporters have really contributed on the journey that we've been in and really played a part.
Lincoln City is a club that's steeped in great tradition, and it's had some fantastic managers here. Graham Taylor, Keith Alexander have all been shining examples of how they've connected with the community and the people of Lincoln. And you know, Danny and myself like to learn from people, and we definitely, when we first come to Lincoln, learned that if we could connect with the people, you know, they might show a response and want to get behind us.
They've certainly done that. Before the game, it was a wet walk down Wembley Way, but the fans were far from gloomy on their first ever trip to the home of English football.
Look at Wembley Way. I never thought I would see it filled with red and white, and apparently it's the same everywhere. King's Cross Station is, Stanmore is, you name it, everybody's in red and white.
I think it means everything. I think most of the city of Lincoln is going to walk up that walkway in the next half hour or so.
133 years we've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
I love Lincoln City, and thanks a lot for
everything.
Win, lose or draw. It's our day today. It's our day today.
Actor Colin McFarlane, star of the Batman movies, couldn't miss seeing his hometown superheroes down at Wembley. If I was to offer you an Oscar or Lincoln City winning the EFL Trophy today, what would you take?
An Oscar or Lincoln City winning the EFL Trophy? It's got to be the trophy, isn't it? It's got to be the trophy. This year, next year, maybe we get the Oscar, but this year I'll sacrifice it for Lincoln.
The club might never have been to Wembley, but one half of their management duo had.
10 years ago, I actually took Nicky here on a tour of Wembley when the stadium first reopened for his birthday. And then to wake up today and actually be coming here to watch him manage the team is unbelievable.
We are watching history being made.
But Nicky and Danny didn't lead the teams out. They bestowed that honour on legendary former manager Colin Murphy and 13-year-old Harvey Phillips from Louth, a quadruple amputee who contracted meningitis as a baby. The match ball was delivered by 16-year-old Jack Nottingham, who has inoperable thyroid cancer. A huge Lincoln fan, Jack certainly set the tone amongst the fans.
A wonderful character. And a wonderful moment for Jack Nottingham.
Amazing. I don't know where that come from, what he did. That was, you know, I'm very surprised to see him do that. But
was it a dream come true?
He spurred the players on, ain't you, Jack?
How could it not? The goal came after just a quarter of an hour. Worksop-born Elliot Whitehouse sending the 26,000 fans wild.
Lincoln City have heard what this place is like. It's the place to dream.
Shrewsbury aren't challenging for promotion from a league above for nothing, though. And with the rain still pouring, Lincoln had to soak up some pressure. But with weary legs, the Imps did manage to tame the Shrews on what is football's biggest stage.
Boy, dream to lift a trophy at Wembley, you know, everybody dreams about that when you're a little boy. So to do it with a group of lads that I've got here around me is, it's fantastic for my family and everybody to be here as well. Yeah, it's definitely a dream come true.
For me to be from the city as well, obviously makes it that extra special. I knew a lot of the crowd and obviously a lot of people around the place, and it just makes it, like I said, very special.
It's something you dream of, sort of going to Wembley. But you sort of dream about it in a car when you're on your own. You don't ever think it's never going to happen, do you? And sort of, it's happened today, and we won the game as well, which is...
Yeah, and yeah, I think that's it. To come here is an absolutely lovely, great experience, but to win as well, I don't know, that's beyond wildest dreams, really.
So what a day for Lincoln City. Their incredible journey under the Cowley brothers continues. They've won their first piece of major silverware on their first ever trip to Wembley. And who knows, they could well be back here at the end of next month in the League Two playoff final. Chris Dawkes, ITV News, Wembley.
What a day. And what about Jack? That was absolutely
I'm
brilliant.
so made up for Jack. I can't begin to tell you.
That. Well, now let's go live to our reporter Adam Fowler, who's in Lincoln tonight, where he's with Bob Dorrien, the chairman of Lincoln City. Adam?
That's right, Duncan. As you can see, red and white fever still gripping Lincoln here. We've got the bunting up there. We've got a lovely display here in the shop front of this tea room. And, of course, Bob Dorrien, the chairman of Lincoln City. Bob, how important has the support of people here in Lincoln been to the Imps?
Well, obviously, it's been enormous. It's been tremendous. It's been every adjective you can actually think of. I think yesterday we had nearly 27,000 Lincoln City fans at a game involving Lincoln City, and that, I understand, is a record number of Lincoln City fans at any Lincoln City game in its history. So wow. You can imagine that the fans are certainly playing their part in Lincoln City's success so far this season and, of course, last season as well.
Yeah. And how are you feeling today, apart from tired?
A bit fragile after last night's semi-excesses, but not too bad at all, thanks. And absolutely elated, ecstatic still about the victory yesterday.
And of course, we may be seeing Lincoln go back down to Wembley again if they end up in the playoffs.
Yes, I think it's a very strong possibility. I do fancy ourselves for a place in the playoffs, and if we do get in the playoffs, I'm fairly convinced that we'll make the finals at Wembley.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck and congratulations again. Lincoln today, a city with a lot to be proud of and potentially a lot to look forward to as well.
Certainly has. Adam Fowler live in Lincoln. Thanks very much indeed.